I got this strange message. Apparently the Don wants to see me. Something about an offer I can't refuse. A date with Don David coming right up. Hi guys, and welcome to yet another edition of Big on Wine, the show which, as ever, as you probably guessed by now, brings you news, clues and reviews. Indeed, we endeavour to keep you up to speed about just about everything that's happening in the world of wine. And indeed, I do have a date with Don David today, and Don David is from Argentina. And the wine is this one here. It goes under the name of Don David Malbec Reserve, and the vintage is 2019. And this wine comes in for a price where I am of just a fraction under €13 a bottle. Okay, so we're a long way from home today. In fact, we're in Argentina, and not in the usual area of Argentina, in the Mendoza area, where we've sampled quite a few wines, but way up in the northwest corner in Salta province. Indeed, we're in a small place called Cafayate, and the winery in question is Bodega El Esteco. And Cafayate is a long way away from the capital, Buenos Aires. It's about 1,400 kilometers, in fact, up to the northwest. Now, the climate in this part of Argentina is very pleasant. It's warm and temperate. Summer and winter in the mid-20s during the daytime, and rarely dipping below zero at night in July, August, which of course is their winter, our summer. The grape in question here is the Malbec, so-called black grape, of course producing red wine. And this is a grape which traditionally thrives at high altitudes. And here, in this particular case, we have a vineyard planted at about 1,700 meters of altitude in the Calchaquí Valley. Fine, that's the backstory. The grapes, of course, are harvested around now in Argentina, so in late March or in early April, and indeed not only in early April, but early in the morning to ensure the very best quality. The wine is matured, 70% of it in oak barrels and 30% in steel tanks to achieve the final product. Right, that's the kind of the background to this particular wine. Let's take a look at the wine in the glass now. Now, of course, Malbec has a reputation for having that dark kind of inky color. If we take a look at this particular wine in the glass, we can see that it does have a wonderful dark ruby red, or kind of a wonderfully vivacious, bright ruby red almost, but with quite distinct sparkles or shades of violet, almost blending to purple there in the mix as well. So a very, very intense, inky red with violet flashes in this particular wine. It looks very appealing indeed. All right, let's try the wine now in the nose and see what we can find. Here we go. Looking forward to this. Now in the nose, that has an absolutely wonderful aroma, very, very appealing. It's telling me immediately it's a dark aroma, plummy aroma, but with other elements in the background. So with the predominant aroma in the nose here is of plum. It's a kind of a jammy, raisiny, almost sweetish plum aroma, but with distinct tones of something else. A little touch of vanilla is in the mix there. It has a certain toastiness to it, and also something almost like tobacco, just a gentle, very faint scent of tobacco in this particular wine as well. Interesting combination indeed. All right, so much for the nose. Let's try it in the mouth now and see what we can spy. Here we go. Now that is gorgeous. That is really first-class wine. Immediate reactions, full-bodied wine. A fair amount of tannins in there. Slight kind of puckering of the mouth, but nothing too extreme at all. Yes, indeed. The tannins here are softened by that slight degree of residual sugar. I think there's about 3 or 4 grams of residual sugar in this wine. So tannic, but by no means tough or hard or bitter. That plumminess is still maintained in the mouth. But as the wine settles and reaches the back of the mouth, the plumminess gives way to something more akin. I think there's some blackberry in there as well, so plum and blackberry. But right at the end of the finish of the wine, there's almost a kind of mocha or coffee overtone to this particular wine, which is very nice. Now, it's quite strong in terms of alcohol, 14% alcohol, and an excellent package for the money, one has to say. Okay, what are we going to be enjoying this particular wine with? Well, I wouldn't have any objection to sharing a glass of wine like this with friends, just as is. But if we're looking for accompanying food, I think we're looking at dark meat in particular. So beef or lamb for preference. Truly excellent. Beef or lamb, dark meat, I think, particularly grilled meat would work well with this particular wine. Hard salty cheeses are another obvious candidate. Make sure you get the serving temperature of the wine correct. This wine has been just cooling for a little while. I would say clearly below room temperature, so something like maybe 17 or 18 degrees, maybe even a degree cooler, 16, 17 degrees, about right for this particular wine. All right, let's bring you the heads up on this one. This is first-class Argentinian Malbec from the northwest corner of the country. It's grown at altitude. It's packed with soft tannins, with sweet spice, with plums, and also with blackberry. It has that distinct coffee-ish mocha finish to the wine. And best of all, it's available at an extremely attractive price. My verdict? 4 stars out of 5. Okay folks, many thanks for tuning into this week's video, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the wine itself. If you enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us a big thumbs up. Yeah, give us a like. We do enjoy getting those. Drop a comment down below if you feel that way inclined. Share the video around to your heart's content. And hey, if you haven't already done so, why not consider subscribing to the channel? And while you're about it, why not hit that little bell icon down below and you'll be informed as soon as every new video is uploaded. And naturally, I'll be back again next week with another great wine of the week for you. But until we meet again, this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there. Be good to each other. Enjoy your wines. And cheers.